One of the greatest things you can do is actually train and or learn to be in your life. Now, I know this is going to sound crazy to a lot of you, but actually, on the other hand, a lot of you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you who have been engaged in meditating and or reading books like Eckhart Tolle or someone else, Be Here Now. It was funny, just a few minutes ago, I admitted to someone I was speaking to that I've only taken one shower in my life where I was present. I mean, seriously, honestly, it's true. I mean, showers were always happening in the morning before work. So of course there was literally 1,000 things on my mind about work. You know, I jumped in the shower and whatever, sudsed up and I was planning my day. You know, there's no such, and then there was one shower 30 years ago, literally just one. And I lived in a fabulous place. It was 33rd floor. And it was a marble bathroom with a huge window inside that with unobstructed view of the East River. So from my bathroom in my shower, I could literally see all the Brooklyn and the Williamsburg and the Manhattan Bridge. I mean, it was spectacular. What am I doing? Of course, my brain is just, bouncing around like a pinball machine thinking about all the things. But that one day, that one time, I got in the shower and I felt the water on my head, on my face, dripping down on my body, and then feeling the suds and the this and the that. And it was magnificent. It was such an unusual experience that to this day I remember it. I mean, how crazy is that? That I can literally admit that I've only taken one shower my whole life, and I bet you haven't taken even a single one. There hasn't been one shower in your whole life where you were just enjoying it. Now, maybe it's just me, maybe a lot of you women take baths and are just enjoying the bath. Maybe not. Maybe you're also obsessing about something while you're taking your bath. But it's possible that, although, admittedly, even the greatest meditators on the planet can barely go a few moments before the thoughts start invading their brains. And I'm guessing you're not, a practiced Buddha. So assuming you're not a practiced Buddha, my suggestion is that you try to learn or train yourself to be in your life. Walk down the street, feel your feet on the pavement, feel the sun on your face, look at things. As a matter of fact, a segue to this is the other day we were talking about vacations, and I proposed the idea that you don't need a vacation, or the reason why you need a vacation is because you are forced to think different thoughts. So in other words, the concept that's widely proposed is that we have 60,000 thoughts a day, and 57,000 of them are the exact same ones we had yesterday. And the only way you can have a vacation is to go someplace new. So now you're in Paris or wherever. It's not so much about being in Paris, it's that you're someplace where you've got to be like, oh my God, what's the money and how do I exchange and where do I go and how do I, it's not walking down to the kitchen and getting your coffee the way you did every other day. You actually have to, your brain is engaged and you're in it, and there's no way that you're thinking about all the other stupid things you're thinking about, because just to negotiate your way through this vacation takes a lot of work and a lot of thinking and a lot of original thinking, because you're in a completely different environment. And I remember there's another situation I did once, and probably only once. I lived on 59th between First and York, and I read the concept, and they said, if you want a vacation, just notice everything different that you never noticed before. And as much as I lived there, I don't know, at that point in time, maybe 15, 20 years, I don't even know. So I went up to First Avenue and I started walking from 59th to 58th. And I said, okay, do something different. So don't look down at the pavement, don't look at the stores, don't look across the street at the stores. And I started looking at the tops of all the buildings, like, oh my God, these are all 4-story, walk-ups, and look at the crown moldings and look at this and look at that. I forced myself to notice everything that I've never ever seen before on that same street. And there actually were a few stores and restaurants I never noticed before, because I only looked at the sushi place on the corner and the other Chinese place, and I barely even noticed what the other shops were, because there's, in New York, in just one block, there's like 10 or 15 shops on each side of the street. And so I forced myself to notice everything different that I never noticed before. And I actually felt a little bit refreshed And I noticed so many things I had never seen before. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that you need to live in an enlightened life where you're in your life and you're experiencing your life, not the same stupid thoughts you had yesterday. As a matter of fact, I even proposed in my previous post that you're no better than ChatGPT if all you're doing is regurgitating the same thoughts you had yesterday. As a matter of fact, are you even thinking? And again, I'm using the word thinking loosely, because if you're just regurgitating or responding or reacting to your environment with the exact same thoughts that you responded or regurgitated yesterday, I would put forth the fact or the proposal or the proposition that you're not really living. And that's all I'm trying to propose here. Yeah, we talk about health and beauty and all these other things, but how about living as a novel idea and being in your life and experiencing your life in ways you've never experienced it before? That would be a magnificent life if you could maintain the composure and the presence to experience your life. And you know what? Breathing works too. If you just take a deep breath, or maybe box breathing, which is like, in whatever it is, however counts are comfortable to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a whole bunch of different breathing methods that can get you engaged and at peace. And that would be a wonderful way to live your life. And that's what this is all about. Thank you.